Hey there, Jake with B&H, and today we have our hands on the YU200R and the YU300R LED RGB panels by GVM. Now these new LED RGB panels really bring GVM's game to a whole new level with impressive build quality and power, in-app remote control, and portability. So whether you're shooting video or photo in the studio or outdoors, these lights will make a great addition to the equipment of anyone looking for a versatile, powerful, and portable lighting option. As a matter of fact, they are so good, I am using them right now to shoot this A-roll, so let's dive in. Now, before we get to the lights, it is worth mentioning that both of them come with a heavy-duty protective case, which is really nice. The inside of the protective case is laser cut and everything fits snugly inside. In it, you'll find the LED panel, of course, the power cord, a V-mount battery to XLR 2P plug adapter, as well as a DMX cable. This case is a neat addition. It will make carrying your light to the shoot a breeze. Now let's talk about the build. These lights feel and are indeed very solid. The top and bottom edges in the back of the unit are made of an aluminum alloy that protects the internal components and helps with heat dissipation. The rest of the unit is covered in technopolymer plastic, a high-density plastic that protects the internal components. This makes the light feel sturdy and solid, which is something you'd want and expect for a light at this price point. The top handle is also super handy for carrying the light on set and mounting it. In terms of power and connectivity, you'll find at the back of both units a power cord connector for AC power, a 24 to 33 volt XLR 2P port for powering the unit in the field with a V-mount battery, or using a DC power cord and a 16-bit compatible DMX in and out ports for remote control of the panel. The YU200 and the YU300 are very similar in the way they look and work, but there are a few key differences. First, the size. The Y200 is 14.37 inches wide, 11 inches tall, and 6 inches deep, whereas the YU300 is bigger at 17.52 inches wide, 11 inches tall, and 6 inches deep. They also differ in weight, with the YU200 at 19 pounds and the YU300 at 22 pounds. Another key difference between the YU200 and the YU300 are the lux output and the wattage. The YU200 is a 200 watt light and can output 21,000 lux at 0.5 meters and 5,700 lux at 1 meter. And the YU300 is a 300 watt light and can output 30,000 lux at 0.5 meters and 7,600 lux at 1 meter. And to get an idea of how powerful these lights are, I'm currently using the YU200 as my fill light and it's only at 15%. And I'm using the YU300 as my key light and it's only at 30%. And I'm standing about 3 feet from each of them. Now that we've looked at the differences, let's look at the features that they both share. At the back of both units, you will find a digital display showing a variety of information ranging from the mode the panel is operating in to the brightness, hue, or color temperature, and the different menu options. You'll also find 4 buttons: a mode switch, a menu button, there was a mix-up at the factory, it's labeled mune, but you get the idea, a back button that lets you go back to the last window you were configuring, and an on and off switch. Lastly, there are 3 knobs that have multiple functions depending on the mode that is in use. The first one acts as a selector, but also lets you dim or brighten the intensity of the light or the intensity of the red channel in RGB mode. The second knob sets the color temperature in CCT mode, the hue, and the green channel's intensity. The third knob is used to set the saturation and the blue channel's intensity. The YU200R and the YU300R both offer 7 selectable light modes. The CCT mode is a white light mode that lets you adjust the brightness from 0 to 100% and the color temperature from 2700 to 7500 Kelvin to match any lighting situation such as warm shades of a sunset or the blue tones of a dark sky. Both lights also have 4 dimming curves that can be selected to meet technical requirements of studio devices such as news and entertainment production sets. And the green and magenta correction function in CCT mode lets you fine-tune the light's balance to match other HMI, LED, or fluorescent lights, and to provide an accurate color balance for different camera sensors. HSI stands for hue, saturation, and intensity, and that's exactly what the hue mode does. Just pick a color of your choice and adjust the brightness and saturation at the touch of a knob. Perfect for quick, creative looks. You can actually achieve 36 million colors with HSI mode. It's kind of neat. The classic RGB mode will let you dial in precise hue using red, green, and blue channels. Perfect if you know the RGB values of the color you want to use and enter them quickly. Another lighting mode is the gel mode. The The Y200R and the Y300R let you choose between Roscoe and Lee color filters, and each type of color filter has 30 colors available, letting you choose from 60 color filter options that are industry standard for television and film production. The light matching mode lets you easily match other light sources you might have to work with on location. You have 12 different presets to choose from, ranging from tungsten to HMI 5600 and daylight or sunset. Using this light mode, you'll be able to match the ambient light source quickly and effortlessly. The last two light modes are effect light mode, and you'll be able to choose from 12 different effects. White effects like, for example, thunder, paparazzi, explosion, or TV screen, and 4 color effects including cop car, hue cycle, party, and disco. The app offers a last mode not available straight from the panel, and that is the rhythm light mode. In live mode, you can either use your phone's mic to let the app listen to the ambient music and make the light follow the rhythm, or you can import an audio file in the app to use it as an audio source. Pretty neat for music video shoots. Okay, so a great performing light is cool, but a great performing light you can control from your phone via Bluetooth is way cooler. And you can do just that using the GVM LED app. Head to the Google Play Store or the App Store, download the app, register an account, and you're good to go. In an app, you can select any of the light modes we reviewed earlier, set the dimmer curve, set the color temp, and choose your brightness. You can also group several lights together and have them work together or control different lights independently. It's comprehensive and works flawlessly. And for news studios or film production that require a standardized remote control method, the YU200R and the YU300R can also be controlled using the built-in industry standard DMX512 interface. The units are equipped with 2 XLR 3-pin DMX ports, allowing it to be connected to a DMX lighting console and providing DMX control with 8 and 16-bit precision. Let's talk about the F word, fan noise, and by extension about the cooling system of the YU200R and the YU300R. There's nothing more frustrating than a noisy fan when you're trying to record an interview or a news broadcast. I'm not going to bore you with hyper-technical details, but as a rule of thumb, here's how things work. The colder the environment and the components are, the better and more stable the light output is. And LED lights generate a lot of heat. GVM answers this problem with a dual fan system and a design of multiple dissipation metal sheets and heat induction copper tubes. 2 fans? You tell me. Should that make more noise? Well, actually, 2 fans allow them to spin slower while sending more heat out of the light. And the dissipation metal sheets and heat conduction copper tubes maximize the heat transfer to the outside. That's all very nice, but how does this all sound? Well, let me show you. The sweet sound of silence. And thanks to all this onboard technology, the YU300R and the YU200R can be maintained at a reasonable temperature for a long time. So that pretty much covers it for the YU200R and the YU300R RGB LED panels by GVM. I'm really impressed by the overall combination of the build quality, the power, and versatility of both panels, and I'm really looking forward to using them in future productions. So what kind of productions would you use these lights for if you had them in your arsenal? Let us know in the comments below. I'm Jake with B&H. Just keep rolling.